And now it's time for extra special late night podcast excellence here on the Christian Whistleblower YouTube channel. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the artist known as the Christian Whistleblower. And I'm glad to be back in the saddle again, glad to bring you some information that I think is going to be really amazing, information that is powerful and information that will make a difference in your life, ladies and gentlemen, right here. And right now, I want to talk to you about Revelation 21, the New Jerusalem, and those that oppose it. I am Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. And if for some reason, and this would never happen, but if for some reason the show got a little boring, you could always watch the magical shifting chair behind me. I tell you what, this camera has me at my wit's end, but I think I do have the solution, ladies and gentlemen. I will be deploying that high technology tomorrow. If you are driving, unless you're Kim Moss, don't text and comment while you're driving, but she can drive a 50-foot diesel pusher, take video, shoot pictures, and text, and talk and chat at the very same time. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We are talking about something else, and something that is going to be very important. And let's talk about this. And we have been looking at Revelation 20. We looked at all of Revelation, and now we're going to end up here at Revelation 21. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is some amazing, fantastic stuff. And you better be ready for this, because this is going to blow your mind. Now, the thing you got to remember about Revelation, you start going from Revelation 20 to Revelation 21, you have to remember that these breaks in the chapters are completely arbitrary. There was no chapters in the original writing. In fact, there wasn't even punctuation in the original writing of the New Testament. It was just one big old long thing. There wasn't even punctuation, ladies and gentlemen. So these breaks for chapters, these breaks for verses, they're completely arbitrary. And when you find yourself arguing about the placement of periods and colons and spaces and capital letters and small letters, you are whistling. You're whizzing in the wind, because they didn't even originate. And I've heard people do whole sermons about the placement of a colon or the placement of a period. They got their head in their colon. That's the problem. But anyway, I said that so you would know that the discussion in Revelation 21, and I think I have a glass, and it's really cracked. It's a cup. It's really, really cracked. And I think it might have actually sprung a very, very slow leak, but no despair. It's a very, very slow leak. So I'll just drink. And I don't think that we'll have any flood. But the discussion in Revelation 21 carries over from chapter 20, and it finishes the narrative that we started in Revelation 20. It finishes the narrative that was started in Revelation 20. See, Bible college did teach me some things that were useful after all, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And usually I'm very, very efficient, but I didn't pull this one up. So we're going to pull it up now. Bible Hub, Revelation 21. If you want to follow along, you can. Just go to BibleHub.com. I don't get paid by BibleHub.com. In fact, if they knew how I was using it, they'd probably shut me off. But it is, I think, the best program website of its kind. It makes it really easy to follow the scriptures. And let's do that right now. I'm going to try to show you my notes and what the actual scripture says. And somebody will say, well, his notes are really big and the scripture is really small. Well, that's because I have these windows and they're just the size that they are. And anyway, don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Let's look at Revelation. And let's look at, and I don't understand why my thing gives me this hassle, but It's a new computer and I'm still learning it. So anyway, Revelation 21. And we talked about this a little tiny bit yesterday, and we'll talk about it a whole lot more today. So Revelation 21, and we'll go ahead and spread this out so we can see it. It says there was a new heaven and a new earth. And it's important to look at what this means, because we think of it in religious terms. Isn't that holy? Isn't that nice? Isn't it amazing? But when you look at the word, what it means, it says it was a fresh earth. Weird. Fresh earth. A new earth, an unused earth. It was a novel earth, a novel idea. Why isn't that a novel idea? Something new, something that hasn't been taught, something that hasn't been done. And in fact, it talks about it's new in quality, it's innovative, it's fresh in development or opportunity, and it's never been like this before. So when you read it in that context, you start saying, it's a renewed, a new spin, a new look, a completely new kind of heaven that we've never had before, never talked about before. And it's the same word, ladies and gentlemen, for the new earth. And in case you're wondering what they mean by earth, they mean the land. So the land, ladies and gentlemen, was as well novel, unused, fresh, not like it's ever been before. It was changed. And you remember that we are told exactly back in verse 20, or in chapter 20, who changes it. Titus says, I'm the one that's changing it. Rome made the change, ladies and gentlemen. Rome made the change from a heaven and earth that was into a heaven and earth that was new. How did they do that? Being mere humans. Something for you to ponder. And not only did they make a new heaven and a new earth, but the first heaven and earth had passed away. What does pass away mean? They'd gone away from it. It wasn't so much that the earth went away as they went away from the earth. They went away from the earth. They departed from the earth. Interesting. See, the main meaning is to go away. So it wasn't so much that a new earth came as it was that a prior earth went. Isn't that interesting? And Jeff, why'd you read the end first? Because I wanted you to understand that it was one that had gone away, because that new earth had been replaced by, that old earth had been replaced by new earth. And the first earth, the one that had passed away, what was it? The one that had passed away was the principal earth, the most important earth. Ooh, it was the number one earth. It was that which came first. It was the superlative form of the earth. So if the earth was just fine and dandy and superlative before, why did Rome change it to a new earth? Why did they go away from that original earth and go to a new earth and a new heavens? And what kind of a new earth and a new heavens did they go to, ladies and gentlemen? If you were wearing the Mystech bracelets, then your cells would not be in chaos right now. They would be in perfect harmony, and maybe you could understand things a little bit easier. I'm just saying. And you would be at the Schumann resonance right now, in tune, home with the earth, one with the earth, balanced homeostasis. That's nothing to do with your sexuality. Homeostasis, right where you need to be. That's what Mystech bracelets do. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Mystech logo, click on the Mystech tab. You get 20% off of any bracelet you want. These are all super cool Mystech bracelets. We got one on there you can get for $20. It's the cheapest one we got. If you want to try them out, wear the cheapest one, keep it on 24/7, 365. If you decide, oh, I want that red one that I saw Jeff wearing, well, just tell us, hey, I like it. We'll let you keep the $20 one. We'll take $20 off the red one or the black one or the black one or the clear one or the tiger eye one or the mastery bracelet or the copper or the colonial silver, because we're two guys trying to change the world. and not so worried about making money. But that's why it's so important to think about using Mistech, because it allows you to get your head into a place and your mind and your spirit into a place where you can understand what these things mean. So if the earth was superlative, why the heck did they go away from it? And what did they go away from it to? I'm just asking. I'm just asking, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just asking. Let's see what my notes say. This picks up the narrative of the deceivers. Remember back in chapter 20, the deceivers were going out to teach anti-Roman things. That's us. Hello, I'm a deceiver. It's like the monk, who was that? Oh, some stupid Christian song. It said, hey, I'm a believer. But now I'd have to sing it, hey, I'm a deceiver now. So anyway, that wasn't very good. It was off key, but who cares? It's not my key. But we're the deceivers. We've been loosed after nearly 1,000 years, and we're going out to deliver a competing message to that of Rome. We are delivering a competing message to that of Rome. They say that prophecy is about to happen. We say prophecy is history, and we proved it. They say that collapse and bad times and hard times and chopping heads and tribulations and temples and heifers, oh my, they say it's all coming up. They say things are bad and getting worse. We say things are good and getting better. We say prophecy is history. They're wanting you to be worried about the rapture. We tell you the rapture happened in AD 70. They tell you to be worried about the tribulation. It happened in AD 70. They tell you to be worried about trumps and vials. They happened in AD 70. They tell you to be ready for the second coming of Christ. It happened in AD 70. There's not any bad. There's not any getting worse. It's all G, and it's getting G or cousins. It really is. And this message that we are delivering, this message that is the message of the deceiver, this message that is counter and contrary to Rome and the neo-Jesuit profiteers on YouTube and in churches, the ones that are still preaching prophecy, it's prophet. See? Oh, that's pretty good. Why are they preaching prophet? There's one reason why they're preaching prophecy, because it's prophet. See? Boom. I like it. I like it. Let's give them a full version of that, because I can see somebody making a video about this. Why are they preaching prophecy? Because it's prophet. See? There you go. Make your video. Make sure that you spell my name right. Okay. So the people that are preaching this contrary message, because we are happy contrarians, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let me go back and hit this. I forgot all about this. The first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. Jeff, what do you mean the sea was no more? And remember, we were, let me show you this back in verse 20, chapter 20, because you got to see this part, that it was, we were coming across the broad, flat plain of the earth. I know, but I got to tell you what, I'm just reporting the news. And it says, and when we were loosed, here it is. When were we loosed? Where are we? And we came from the four corners of the earth. I showed you this yesterday. We crossed the flat, broad plain of the earth, and we encircled the beloved city. The beloved city. Oh, the beloved city is Rome. Can I show you something real fast about the beloved city? The beloved city, which is Rome. Can I show you just one thing real fast about the beloved city of Rome? Holy crap, this just came to me. The beloved city of Rome, ladies and gentlemen. The beloved city of Rome. Do you see what shape the beloved city of Rome is? You see that right there? That's what shape the beloved city of Rome is. Let's go back and look at some of these other pictures. Is it going to let me? These other pictures of Rome. It's not going to let me. Here we go. Look at these pictures. What shape is Rome, the beloved city, ladies and gentlemen? What shape is the beloved city? What shape is the beloved city? What shape is the beloved city? I'm just pointing out, I'm just bringing you the news. You decide what you're going to do with it. But they circled around the beloved city. Why? Because it was circular. But anyway, this new earth that wasn't like the principal, most important heavens and earth, but this new one, it had departed, it had gone away, they left it. Why? Who knows? But there was no more sea. Are you ready to get deep for a second? Are you ready to get deep for a second? Well, let me tell you this first. It's deep and it's going to get deeper, and you've got to be in your best mind. You got to be fresh. You got to be sharp. You got to be ready to rock and roll, because I'm about to become the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, just like Chris Jericho was. I am the best in the world at what I do. I'm the only one in the world that does what I do. And I am le champion of biblical exegesis. And I'm not afraid to admit it. But fluffy, focused, life force energy has a lot to do with it. You put the Mystech, you put the focused life force energy, they send a more nurturing environment to my phone. They send it to my home, and it just puts me in a higher state of being. It puts me in a higher state of mind. It doesn't make me more spiritual, but it allows me to be more spiritual if I choose to do the work. JeffreyDaugherty.com, FLFE logo. They give you 15 days free on this, 15 days free on this. That's 30 days for you Christians. 30 days, and you don't even have to give a credit card. Are you ready to go deep, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, are you really ready to go deep? I wish you were mistacked up. I wish you were fluffied up, but we'll try it anyway. There was no more sea. And when I heard this, when I read this, I was thinking, wait a minute, no more sea. What's in the sea? It's salt water. I started thinking of Matthew chapter 5. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew chapter 5. See, this was written by the Romans, and I'm going to prove it to you. The whole thing was written by the Romans, and they didn't waste one word. Everything connects back to something else. It's a huge, deep, long code, ladies and gentlemen. What am I wanting to go to? Matthew 5 through 8, ladies and gentlemen. That's not right. Matthew, I want the where if the salt has lost its savor. This is one of those rare occasions, ladies and gentlemen, where I actually put down the wrong verse. Can you imagine that? Salt has lost its savor. How is that possible? That I made a mistake. I didn't really make a mistake because it was really there. It's just Matthew 5:13. So I was just a little bit premature, and that never happens, ever. I just want you to know, for the record, that's right. I said it, and you can believe it. I can give you references if you want. But anyway, look, 5:13. There was no more sea, it said in Revelation 21. What's in the sea? Salt. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, and what is a savor, ladies and gentlemen? If the salt loses its savor, what does a savor mean? If it becomes foolish, if it turns to foolishness, if it becomes tasteless, it becomes useless. If you lose your salt, how can you be salty again? It's no good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. And then he goes on to say, you guys are the light on a hill. And you girls, you're the light on the hill. A city that's on a hill cannot be hid. Oh my gosh, more. Let me show you. Revelation 21 says that when they come across the breadth of the flat plain of earth, they're going up to the New Jerusalem, as if the New Jerusalem was up higher. It's a city set on a hill, and it cannot be hid. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the New Jerusalem city can no longer be hid, because I'm about to show you what it is. The city can no longer be hid if we maintain the salt of the earth, if we continue to report the news. If you are the news bringers and you get some news that you don't really like and you don't bring it, you've lost your savor, then why can you be trusted with any news anymore? You become good for nothing. but to be cast out, trodden under the foot of men. So if you're a news bringer, if you're in the news bringing business and cousins, that business is a booming, then you got to keep bringing the news that gets brought to you. And if you don't bring the news, then you have become unsalty. You're worthy of nothing but to be trodden underfoot of men. What does that mean, to be trodden underfoot of men? Just thrown out and trampled, because you know what you do with salt that goes bad, you throw it out so that the ice doesn't turn, so the water doesn't turn into ice and people don't slip and fall. So you're good for nothing than to be underfoot. And we're supposed to be putting our foot down and claiming dominion over every place that our foot falls. But if the foot's falling on you, you're through, cousins. You're through. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be telling news. And that's why I'm telling this news. I'm trying to convince myself to keep going because I don't want to tell it. But you're telling this news so you stay salty. You stay worthy of your credentials, your press credentials, your divine press credentials. Tell the news. Keep telling the news. Even if the news isn't real tasty to you, keep telling it, or else you will be nothing but like the rest of them, trodden under the foot of men. You're the light of the world. Stay the light of the world. Expose that city that's on a hill. Expose that new Jerusalem. You've been given a light of a candle. It's a little candle. Don't put it under a bush. Don't hide it. Put it up on a candlestick so it can give light to everybody that's in the house. Let your light shine that they might see your good works. Why would the Romans write this? Because this is one of those things that says, we're here to stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, and this is what you're supposed to be doing. And when and if you ever stand in judgment, it can be brought up in court. We told them this is what they're supposed to be doing, and they didn't do it, and Jeff isn't sharing the damn screen. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. But there it is. They're not doing it. We told them they're supposed to do it. We told them they're supposed to do it. So, and specifically about this new heaven, this new earth, that's not the principal chief heaven and earth. We're supposed to be talking the good news. We're supposed to be talking the news about that. But our saltiness has been lost. Oh, this is good. I just want to take a little break so you guys can catch your breath. And while you do that, folks, I got a new sponsor, Purple Power, C60, purplepower.com. Oh, Jeff is really fired up. I've been taking this C60. I've been taking it twice a day. It's been about 3 weeks, and man, I am ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. It's got me popping. Best antioxidant on the planet. Energy, oxygenation. It's just incredible. Go to C60, purplepower.com. Read about it. If you want to try it, use the code TCW, the Christian Whistleblower 10, the number 10, 10, TCW 10, and you'll get a great discount. I had the bottle sitting here. Man, it is really good stuff. And again, why does he push these products? The Fluffy is so good. The Mistec is so good. The C60 is so good. It just puts you in the place where you can get out of the fear and guilt, blood magic control matrix. Am I saying that you can't get out of it without Fluffy, without Mistec, without C60? No, but I'm saying, if you're asking me how to get out, I'm saying that's part of how to get out. It can really help you. But anyway, let's get back to what we're supposed to be talking about. And it's right here and it's right there. So the new heaven and the new earth, boom, 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 boom. Titus says he's going to make big changes in Jerusalem when he takes over. And then here we go. Let's get back into our discussion, back to the text of the discussion. And he that sat on the throne said, I'll make all things new. Do you see back up here? All things are made new. The heaven and the earth made new. Went away from the old, made the new. Who did that? He that sat on the throne did away with the old, which was superlative, and brought in the new. He that sat on the throne said, I make all things new. Who makes all things new? Rome made, for this discussion, the new earth. Rome made the new heavens. And then he said, it's done. We made the new earth. We made the new heavens, period. That's the end. That's the end. And anybody that opposes us are really, really bad guys. And he says, the new heaven and the new earth, we got rid of the old one. We got a new one. I'm the one that made it. It's done. And then he starts talking about the new Jerusalem. Look at these notes. He made the new earth. The one on the throne, Titus, who is Roman emperor. It's done. His power has spoken it. So it is. How do you feel about him saying it's done? If you read this thing about the New Jerusalem, read all these descriptions, read all of these and do the math. There's people out there that do this math. And you ask me, Jeff, why did you put that picture up there? Why did you put that picture up there? Well, because there's a lot of people that are scholars and nerds that do this kind of stuff. And they say, ladies and gentlemen, that that's what the New Jerusalem looks like. The New Jerusalem looks an awful lot like the old Rome. But I heard it was a cube, and I heard it was a triangle. I heard it was an upside down triangle. Well, all of those elements are in this. But when you take in all the math, this is probably what the New Jerusalem looks like if it really was new, but you don't understand. It's metaphor. It's a story. What are they really talking about? They're talking about the new earth is this shape. I'm just showing you the text. The new earth is this shape. The old earth wasn't this shape. The old earth was four corners. You came up on the breadth of a plane. Now, whether this is real or not, whether this is true or not, this is what the text says. So now you're left to take in all of this information and begin to try to put it together and say, whoa, what are they really saying about what they're saying? What do they really mean about what they mean? What are they really talking about, what they're talking about? All I do is bring you the news. All I do is bring you, ladies and gentlemen, the mail. You read it and you decide what to do with it. All I know for sure, ladies and gentlemen, is that the people opposing Rome come from the four corners. They walk across a broad, flat plain. They encircle the circular city. The earth that's new, the earth that has withdrawn and went off from the original earth that was superlative. And Titus, Rome, is the one that says, this is the new thing. This is what we're doing. Think about who's in charge. Rome's in charge. They're still in charge. Who's in charge of the education system? Rome, namely the Jesuits. Who's in charge of the religious system? Rome, namely the Jesuits. Oh, no, I'm a Roman Protestant. Yeah, you're a Roman Protestant, and you're still teaching, preaching, believing, embracing Jesuit doctrine. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news. And that's some shocking news. What the heck do you do with that news? What do you say about that news? Rome is the New Jerusalem, as Tracy says. What shape is Rome? I'm just asking the questions. And the questions are in the text. Rome wrote the text. They're challenging you. And it's up to you to read, decipher, learn, decide. Wow. Let's pop back through the chat. I'll go to the beginning of the chat this time. We'll start at the beginning. So New Zealand is here. Yes. It was a great show with Tony. Julie McMurdy says Fluffy works really great. It does indeed. Jovanka likes peppermint. I use peppermint too. Um, let's see. Nancy's high. We all know that. That's no big deal. That's the same old stuff. Kim Randall says, bring it, Daugherty. I think I brought it. Cynthia wants to know where the dogs are. They're not in here. That's all I know. And of course, the next question is who let the dogs out? It wasn't me. I did not do it. Finally, Ryan got to see a live. We're glad that you got here. If you can't be a big dog, then don't get off the porch. Exactly right. Let's see. Oh, that would really change everything, says Cynthia. Indeed. Let's see. One apple in your memory banks for years to override all their programming. Yep. Let's see. New and improved, asked Jason. I don't know. Great real estate pitch, says Kim Randall. Let's see. What else we got here? Did they tell the people the earth was different? They did, Tracy. She puts the little thinking guy. Do you know that the Jesuits are the army of the Pope? And what's the Jesuits' main goal? They send the Jesuits in first. And what's the first thing they do? Oh, they make forts, right? Nope. What's the first thing the Jesuits do? Oh, they make a bunch of weapons, right? Nope. What's the first thing the Jesuits do? They're the army. What do? The first thing they don't build a fort? No. They don't make weapons? No. They go in and they train a lot for military exercises, right? No. You know what the first thing the Jesuits do? They send the Jesuits in first and they set up schools to teach the doctrines of Rome. Why do we believe the things we believe? Because we've been taught in church. But do you think church is the only indoctrination system in this world? If you do, you're a special kind of special. School is indoctrination just as much as church is. Just as much as church is. Let's see. Jeff, I know you can sing better than I do. I hit a bad note there, but that's okay. That's okay. Jeff, the information you provide is powerful and priceless. Thank you, Lisa. It's at least enthusiastic. Let's see. It looks like a planet, says Scotty Boy. That's interesting. Go deep, Jeff, says Juan Galvez. He makes the best coffee in the world, just in case you didn't know. Julie says Fluffy's decreased her brain disease symptoms. Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful. Thank you for mentioning that. Fluffy, magic bracelets. Absolutely. Did you see the videos on the magic bracelets? I think you should take a look. Rabbit holes everywhere, says Lisa. Yeah, there are. There are rabbit holes everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I've got hordes of salt in storage. Thanks for sharing. Don't become dead weight, says Juan. I agree 100%. Tracy Dyer is defending me. Somebody said that I misquoted something. Oh, Reagan plagiarized that line and used it to describe our culture. Weird. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I'm not sure. Robert, USN vet. Nice to see you, Robert. Let's see. Jeff is working like a superhero today. Hey, I try to be a superhero. I wondered if it would help the delay from my vision to my brain, because sometimes I can see things when people point them out, but otherwise I don't. Interesting. Let me know, blind girl. Let me know, blind girl. Jeff, is the New Jerusalem also the 12 zodiacal signs? I don't know. That's way beyond my pay grade, Bridget. I'm a one-horse pony, one pony circus. I'm a one-trick pony. All those things. Rome still rules the globe. Yeah, they do. Has anyone been there? I have been there. Absolutely. Can I get an amen, says Joanne. That's funny. How you doing, Joanne? Nice to see you. The magic number is 12. The Isaiah Dead Sea Scrolls call the earth a disc. Why would I believe the old scrolls any more than I believe the new scrolls? I'm just saying, some of them, got good stuff. Some of them don't got good stuff. It's just what I'm saying. Especially religious schools, monetary system, Please do a show on Doreen Virtue, go into a Reformed Theology Church. I've already done a show about Doreen lack of virtue, want to make some more money, cash in on the dumb Christians. See, there's your show. Boom. There's your show. Spiritual vapor going off. 600 years of promoting open borders, Roman Catholic outreach programs, Worlds Without Borders. Yep. We're going to remove that one because we don't use that word around here because we don't want to not be a channel anymore. She is old news. Wow, there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know about Revelation 21. Now you know about the New Jerusalem, and now you know about those that oppose it. And it is very, very interesting stuff. And Leaf Desi is new here, obviously. The Antichrist appeared in AD 70, Leaf Desi. Relax, take a deep breath. There's not going to be an Antichrist. It's already been done. Kim Randall makes an interesting comparison between the New Jerusalem's description and the Vatican. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. All roads lead to Rome. Yes, they do. Okay, that's great. Left Easy. I try to be nice. You get rude. You get your thing taken out of the chat room. It's just that simple. Has anyone ever heard of the sapphire tablets? Is that a joke? No. I know there's emerald ones. Never heard of the sapphire ones. It's like, remember that one? I forget what show it is, but I got a new thing, so make $1 million. This was back when there was 5-minute abs. This is it. 4-minute abs. Somewhere there's a new age person saying, I'm going to make a lot of money. You know how? I know they got the emerald tablets, but I'm going to bring the sapphire tablets. There you go. That's so funny. All right, folks, that's all I got for today. 3 shows for today. Had to get that up out of my system. Had to throw that out there for you. It's amazing, amazing stuff. And I think we're actually finished. With eschatology. I can put together that playlist now and good to go. Prophecy is history. Literally. Prophecy is history. Literally. Things aren't bad. They're not getting better. Things aren't getting worse. They're good and they're getting better. Prophecy is a filthy, dirty, rotten lie meant to scare you and keep you under control and to take money from you and to keep you in the fear and guilt, blood magic control matrix. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I'm here to help you realize you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. I'm here to help you guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own guru. We are the last generation of real humans, and we are well able to win today and write a better tomorrow. I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll probably take a day off on Thanksgiving. But between now and then, go back and listen to these videos. Listen, there's, once where we started on the prophecy, go back there. I'll get the playlist put together. Listen to it. It'll change your life. It'll open your eyes. And the truth is there. And that truth will set you free and take you out of this fear and guilt, blood magic, control matrix. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, asking you a question. Is there any better day than today to unindoctrinate yourself?